Welcome back to the TriFecta Airsoft podcast. I'm your host, E-Rock. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you never miss another podcast. Also, do me a favor. Go on to whatever podcast app you listen to us on and give us a rating and review. That really helps us rank in the searches. Thank you so much. Let's get into the podcast. Welcome, Nicole. Is it Nicole Gaming? Is that your... Instagram?
Yeah, I threw the numbers in because Nicole Gaming was actually already taken. So I was just like, I'll just throw random numbers in there. So, yeah.
That works. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to get on here. I just found your Instagram. Just the day I messaged you. I found it that day. And I think it was you commented on a mutual friend of ours on Instagram. I can't remember who it was. So normally I remember how I found somebody, but honestly lately it's been so many different, it's like a family tree, all these different people I've met through here. So I'm going, wait a minute, who told me about them, or where did I find them? So it's been difficult to remember. So anyway, but I'm glad you're able to get on here.
I think I found yours. When you sent me the message, I was like, oh. And then I started going through and I found your YouTube channel and the Spotify, because I'm a huge Spotify user, and I was like, wait. And so I was going through all the podcasts. I was like, this is actually really neat.
You're scrolling forever.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I'm going, how did I end up with, I don't feel like I've done that many. It's so weird. And I look at the list, I'm going, holy shit, dude, okay.
Yeah. As I'm scrolling, I was like, wait, I know this person. This awesome. Is pretty cool. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it is, man, it's been really cool for me because all the people I've met, and I know it's cool for a lot of different people because there's this connection going on, and then other people finding out, about somebody else that maybe is in their area. Maybe it plays in the same field, but they've, never met in person. So they found them through the podcast. And it's cool for me too, because I'm not out there traveling all these different places and meeting people in person. I'm finding you guys online where there's the airsoft community is so broad and huge, but tight,
Yeah.
There's so many people into airsoft, but they're all tight. So it's been really cool to kind of see where you all this person. Oh shit, I talked to them 2 weeks ago. What?
Yeah, I think you just did one of the team members I'm with on Team Brotherhood.
Yes.
Airsoft. I think you spoke with Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah. So
I just talked to him.
He goes by Joker, but.
Right, Joker. I just talked to him 2 nights ago. Yeah, great conversation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who I found? Somebody told me about him. Somebody I talked to last week told me about him, Brotherhood Airsoft, and I was like, I hit him up. He's like, yeah, I could do it tomorrow night. I was like, hell, let's do it. So.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
His team was the first team I was on out here.
Okay.
I've only been doing airsoft, I think maybe a year. It's just blown up. I absolutely love it. Super awesome, stress reliever.
Right.
Pretty high stress job. So yeah, anything kind of relieve the stress is really nice. So.
What do you do? What kind of work?
Originally I'm a gas turbine systems tech in the Navy, on the electrical side. So.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I do that.
You scored high on the ASVAB, okay?
Not really. Everybody thinks I did. It's just, I don't know. Somehow MEPS was like, wait, have you ever taken an electrical course? I was like, no. My stepdad made me wire some things a couple times, and that was it.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, yeah, let's sign you up for a GSE. And I was like, great.
So what does that entail? What do you do? Because I was in the Marine Corps, so I know a little bit about the Navy. I spent a couple, maybe 6 days total on 2 different ships, going to South Korea and back to, or from Okinawa to South Korea and back. But that was my only time on any kind of ships. So I don't know a whole lot about the ship part, except how to get on and off on the ramp. I forget what it's called.
It's like an
Um,
amphib.
and it was well, one was a flat bottom. I don't know. It was cargo ship, and the other one was, I guess it was considered a cargo ship, but it wasn't a flat bottom. I don't know the names, but it was the USS Dubuque and the USS St. Louis.
Okay.
This is 1990, so long time ago.
All right. I have been on two DDGs, so
What is that?
just the smaller destroyer.
Mm,
Um, so
oh, that's
I'm
cool.
like I can't be on the big like aircraft carriers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But literally like how I explain it to people, if you're on just a regular like flight on one of the bigger planes, the big engine you hear starting up on the side, that's what I
Yeah.
work on, except on ships.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay. That's
yeah.
wild.
Because I think you can. I know the army tried to get me to go green at one point to work on helos because you can do the same thing,
Ah.
um, which was pretty cool. But I was like, nah, I'm alright. I'm alright.
Yeah. Now, do you like being on ship?
It has its ups and downs, like
Sure.
every job. But
Right.
yeah, um, it's a little bit harder being a female, I guess, because
I'm sure.
yeah, some males and things are still kind of getting used to it and
Yeah.
hasn't fully, gone 100% with everything yet. So,
Right.
mm,
Yeah, that's always been a thing. I mean, when I was in, the whole, well, there really wasn't a whole big conversation about women in combat. It was,
mm,
someone in '89. I think it was more the news talked about it more than in life. Like when we were in serving, there wasn't a whole lot of discussion about, between the males and females, Marines on the daily, on
mm,
your job, on this, whatever. Like that was normal, just normal shit. Like we treated everybody the same either
mm,
way. Like it wasn't a thing. I don't know. It didn't come up too much, but we weren't, there wasn't a whole lot going on at the time. In '89, there was, 90, maybe right around 90, 91 was Desert Shield turned into Desert Storm. It was
mm,
very short, kind of thing going on, but me and my buddies didn't go to that, so there was no, big conflicts, and there wasn't any a big talk about female, WMs, women Marines,
mm.
and but I gotta say though, when we were on both times on the ship, I don't think there were females on the ship. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember seeing any. Um,
Okay.
so yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what year it crossed over.
Right.
Um, I know sometime around that time frame, I want to
Yeah.
say, is when they kind of started getting integrated.
Right.
Um, but
That's probably going to
it,
take a while, don't you
yeah,
think?
it's relatively new. Yeah.
It's going to take a while for the mentality to
Mm,
change more than the actual thing to change. Like it's, this mentality that, you know, we have, oh, you can't do that. You're a girl, you know? And I feel like, I've heard this, that same theme
mhm.
in airsoft. All the female airsofters I talked with, it's the same kind of thing, that they hear. Like,
Oh, actually, in airsoft, it's been pretty, I guess, better for me.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I know Brotherhood was like very accepting because when they first asked me to join, I was like, "Are you sure?" Because, like, it's like Brotherhood, so I'm not really sure. And they're like,
Oh
"Oh
yeah.
no, no!" Like, and that was the only time we kind of joked about it.
Right.
And they're like, "No, like girls are totally welcome." And I was like, that's okay. I was a little bit, kind of thrown off a little bit, and then he explained like what brotherhood meant. And I was like, okay, I can, I could see. And but yeah, they've been totally accepting.
Yeah.
and another team kind of introduced me and my husband to airsoft because we had no
Yeah.
idea. Like I played paintball maybe when I was like 10, 8, somewhere around there.
Woo.
And
That's young to start paintball because that shit hurts.
yeah, yeah, it was. I didn't really go for it. I was more into just regular sports than anything. I was just like, I want to be a cheerleader, and
Yeah, right?
yeah, did that for like a year. I was like, nah, it's not for me. And then,
Right.
soccer. I played soccer, basketball, softball, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then, but yeah, and in the airsoft, I haven't really had any issues with the whole like female male thing.
Yeah.
Especially out here, there is quite a bit of Marines and stuff that play with us.
Gotcha.
So yeah, they don't. They're just like objective and let's get it
Yeah.
done.
I
So
think that's why we didn't have an issue. Like it was, I don't know if we were just too busy or,
Mhm.
we're constantly going to the whatever the next thing is. So, and the girls
Yeah.
were right there with us. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't, there was no difference that we saw. Because once you get out of boot camp, we're separating boot camp. Once you get out of boot camp, you get in the fleet. Like everyone's expected to do their job no matter what. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like race, religion, gender, none of that shit comes up. It's
Mhm.
just get this done. That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Female
I think
Marines,
so.
man, they're badass. All respect to them, because, whew, man, they go through some hell.
Well, when you said what you did, I was like, yeah, you definitely scored high on the ASVAB. They weren't offering shit like that to me. I promise you. Hell no.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just hot all the time.
Mm,
Right now I'm kind of limb due because I messed up my back pretty bad,
gotcha.
and so right now I'm just kind of like equivalent to human resources.
Hmm.
So it's been fun. You get to deal with a lot of different things and help out, a lot of different sailors and that come
Gotcha.
through. So it's
Now, how
really
did you? What was your influence? Like, why did you go in the Navy?
uh. So my second oldest brother, because I'm one of four,
Okay.
was in the Navy, and
Mm,
he was the one who I totally inspired to be. I just
yeah.
wanted to be my brother constantly.
Gotcha.
Um, and then he went in, I think, it was right after he graduated high school. So I want to say 2004 to 2008, 2009.
Hmm.
Uh, and he got sick. And I was like,
Mm,
oh, I just want to like relate to my brother. Like, let's go. 2000, I went to college for a little while. And then, because my mom did not want me to join the military at
I'm
all.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
my mom didn't want me to join either. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, hey, just promise me you'll try college first. She's like, you're super smart. Um, it'll be a breeze, like cool. Talk to my brother pretty much every day. Hey, what was the Navy like? Um, did you like it? He always talked about he loved it. He was an intelligence specialist.
Oh shit.
Yeah, super smart. I think he
Yeah.
missed one question on the ASVAB.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super smart. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I want to join. And talk to several recruiters because you can't just talk to one.
Mm,
Um, Found one that I actually liked. He pretty much told me, he's like, yeah, you're going to have your shitty days and you're going to have your better days.
yeah.
So I was like, cool. Like, he was super honest, actually.
That's good.
Yeah. And so I was like, all right. And then in 2016, I've been in 6 years. Yeah. So I went to boot in middle of winter, Chicago. It's cold as shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Couple blizzards here and there.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, and went to the Navy. I was actually a barista for a small private company before I joined, and mom was like, you went to college, finished your degree. I was like, nah, college was kind of boring. I just partied all the time. I was like, I was just on a different path, and I was like talking to, my brother every day, and I was like, nah. And then I just went one day and was like, yeah, mom, I'm going to MEPS. And she was like, what's that? I was like, I joined the Navy. And
Oh,
she's like, wait, what? I was 22, I think, when I joined. I had my
yeah.
birthday, in boot. So
Oh shit.
I
Yeah.
didn't need her signature. So I was like, yeah, going to MEPS. I choose my job today. And she's like, wait, what?
Oh
So,
my gosh. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Right.
I had kind of similar thing. I signed up, well, I tried to sign up without my parents knowing, because I had been talking about going to the military for a while as a young teenager. And they're always like, no, no. And my dad was in the Navy, during the Korean War.
Oh,
And,
really?
but my mom was like, no, I was, middle child between two sisters. So I was the only boy. And, I came home and told them, and, I'm trying to sign up for the, Marine Corps, but I'm too young. They need your signature. And they're like, no, no. I'm like, yes, yes. So, but, yeah, they didn't, my mom didn't want me to go. My dad was fine with it, but, it ended up fine. They were cool.
No.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So your mom, she's probably like, wait a minute, why didn't you tell me before?
Yeah, I
Because
was
I knew you'd say no.
yeah, I was like, Mom, I was like, you have a way of like trying to influence me to do something. I was like, I
Right.
already, went through with your promise. I tried college. I did 2 years, and I don't want to do any more. Like, I already
Yeah.
changed my major because I just don't know. Like,
What were you studying when you first went in?
I actually made it into nursing school.
Okay.
Um, I just totally want to be a nurse.
Yeah.
100%. And then I fell in love with forensics. Started watching, I think it was Dexter.
Oh, what a
And
great show.
yeah, and started watching that, of course, NCIS, all that stuff.
Right.
And I was like, I really just want to do forensics. And
Yeah.
she's like, why? Nurses make so much money. And I was like, yeah, but it's not the same. You're like, you're dealing, what could happen to that person, and this has already happened to this person. I want to do this. I want to help that person, and
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, everyone should have a voice, like even the ones that have already gone. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to help those people because not
Right.
everyone can do it. And she's like, oh,
Do you like the, unsolved mystery ones too? The shows
yes,
like,
the
okay.
yeah, the first 48 stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the first 48.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, absolutely love it. And I watch them literally. It's so bad. People worry about me sometimes.
You binge them. You binge them.
Yeah.
I got stuck, when I first found the first 48, a few years. This is like just like 3 years ago. Was the first time I heard of it,
Hmm.
and I started watching it. And, this is before I was able to get out and start working again. I was stuck in the house, and I watched so much of it. I was like, and my wife's like, "You're watching it again?" Like after the fifth, sixth, seventh night in a row, I'm watching it over, and because I had to catch up. There were so many episodes, and
Hmm.
I was hooked, man. It was great. Yeah, I like all that stuff too. The unsolved, there's so many of them now,
Yeah.
and now there's a
Yeah.
bunch of podcasts where they do those,
Yeah.
the unsolved mystery. I forget what they're called,
Yeah,
but they're
what is it? The Drunk Mysteries or the Drunken Mysteries or something is one of my favorites. Where she like
okay.
drinks
I've heard of that
wine.
one.
She's a real Southern lady. Yeah. It's
Nice.
yeah. It's
Okay.
I'm actually from the South, so I'm
Oh,
not
where at?
from California originally. Yeah,
Where are you from?
Mississippi originally, the
Yeah.
coast. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
My daughter went in the Air Force, for 6 years,
Hmm.
and, or 4 years, and, she was stationed at, Columbus, Mississippi.
Okay.
So I don't know where that's like. I don't. That was the only place I ever been to in Mississippi. So Columbus Air Force Base.
Ish.
It's above Biloxi. I don't even know how you say it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Lucky.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm from
Really
a
tiny.
very tiny town in Mississippi.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Okay. What took you to California?
the Navy I'm still in
Oh,
currently. So
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
do your family still live in Mississippi then?
Yeah. They're
Oh,
there.
okay.
And my little family, I have two boys and my husband are here in California. So
Yeah. How old are your kids?
3 and almost 18 months.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. They're
You
lit-
are busy.
all the time.
You are busy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My wife and I have 5 kids. Had 5 and 7 years, so they were all close.
Aw.
And our house was total chaos for quite a few years. Okay, even when you think you have your shit together, and yep, everything's ready. Yep, we got to go to my parents' house for whatever. You know. Yep, yeah. Oh, we're actually gonna make it out the door on time. Nope. 2 diapers need changed. There you go. See ya.
Oh yeah. I feel that. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Cannot stick to a you don't have your own time, and you cannot get them on your timetable. Like they don't know what time it is, what's going on. Why do we have to be at this time, this place at this time? I crap my pants. Your brother over's here, stripping his clothes off because he don't want to wear what you put on him. And like, dude, yep.
Oh wait, mom's in the bathroom. Let me go check on her. Like what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Never have your own space ever again.
Never. Oh, not until they get older. All of our kids are grown. My youngest one is 21. Just got married last October,
Well, that's
and
exciting.
yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. And all of them have moved out, and got their own places and stuff. So it's and so now I do this to and my wife's like, I don't know what to do now. All my kids are gone, like she was a
Yeah.
mom for so long. I mean, she's still a mom, but it's different for sure.
Yeah.
Getting used to
Yeah.
it, but yeah.
Yeah. She's gotta find a hobby.
I know. I know. She's doing well. We've got one of my sons that lives here. All of our kids live close, like
Mhm.
within a half hour drive or whatever, except my daughter who was in the Air Force. She, when she got out, she met her husband actually in the Air Force, and they moved to Utah. So they live right by Salt Lake City, and he works at the airport out there.
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
man, Utah is really pretty.
So
We've been
pretty.
here 2 or 3 times now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah. We were going up to Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drove through there. We stopped at something bear in
Mm,
Utah. Super
okay.
nice people. I think they were a little sketchy because we're like covered in tattoos. And it was almost like they've never seen anyone covered with tattoos, and we were nice, so it was like, wait.
That doesn't mix.
Yeah,
You're
it doesn't.
tattooed, you got to be rough and tough and mean, okay?
Right? It was funny. It was, yeah, because the guy was like, "Oh, thank you so much." I was just like,
Yeah,
"You're good." Yeah.
that's funny. Now your
Yeah.
tattoos, did you have any tattoos before you went in the Navy?
I had one, kind
Okay.
of my I'm 18, I can do what I
Ah,
want
yeah.
tattoo that my mom went with me to get.
Nice. Good.
Yeah. So I had that one. And, I mean, it was just Japanese writing.
Oh,
Um,
what did it mean?
yeah, I just got my name in Japanese.
Gotcha.
um, just kind of like the Japanese culture and stuff. And I have my aunt who married in, the family. And I was like, "Hey, Aunt Toki, what does this mean?" And she's like, "Oh, It says Kelsey, because that's my first name. And
Yeah.
I was like, awesome. And she's
Oh,
like,
that's
why? I was like,
cool.
oh, I got it on my shoulder blade. And she's like, oh.
You're like, oh, thank God it means what I told him to write or
Yeah.
whatever. I have Japanese kanji tattooed on my right calf,
Okay.
and yeah, so it's. I'm hoping it says it, or it's the right word, but we got comrades. So me and three buddies went and on Hollywood Boulevard in California, and of course barely remember getting it, but
Oof.
yeah, yeah. So that's actually all my tattoos. I only have four, but they were all where I don't really remember getting them too much. So
That's always fun, right?
they turned out okay. It's not terrible. So
I'm like covered in them, just all
I
over the
see
place.
that. It looks
Yeah.
awesome. So what do you
Thank
got?
you. So I have this was a rose. Oh, you couldn't see it. I have my
Okay,
rose, dream catcher,
nice.
my swallow for doing my, the nautical miles.
Ah,
I have my brother's tattoo.
oh shit.
Yeah. And then my little babies,
Oh,
the little feet print. And then just a regular like nerd tattoo.
what is that one? Who is it?
Warhammer 40K,
Oh,
the
nice.
silence. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. I was just like, I want something that, just I need something. So I was like, yeah, I'll go with my favorite like faction from Warhammer 40K, and
Nice. Okay. My
yeah.
youngest daughter, she and her husband, they're both 21, and they have probably 10 or 12 tattoos each already, and they're constantly planning on, I think it's once a month they go, get some of it filled in, or a smaller one, or I mean it's just, so they are addicted to tattoos for sure. They love them. And concerts, so they go to rock concerts all the time. They dragged us along to the last one they went to, which was like maybe a month ago,
hmm
and it was Ice Nine Kills, Black Veil Brides, and Motionless in White. So they're metal bands,
hmm
and I've always liked heavier music. So my wife's like, "Yeah, I'll go. Whatever. I can get into it." So, um, so yeah, we had a good time. Yeah, but anyway, that's their thing: tattoos and metal concerts and tattoos and more tattoos. So
Have they been to the CPR Fest?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh
What is that?
man. If they ever get a chance to go to one of the CPR Fest, they should. It's a lot of fun.
What?
It's more of the, I guess, hard rock with like
Yeah.
and they have everyone from like Black Sabbath to, I don't know, people like AC/DC and stuff,
Oh shit. Yeah.
all in one weekend. It's
Oh, that's
nuts.
cool.
Yeah.
I've heard of
And
that. But yeah, we've never been to one. They've never been to one. Now that's something my wife and I would definitely like, because that's we like a lot of that 80s rock,
mhm.
uh, GNR and Metallica, and now I like the heavier stuff like Pantera, and then some kind of like older industrial like Nine Inch Nails and shit like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, the ACDC and all that is definitely, you know, she loves that stuff too. So
And
yep.
Leonard Skinner still plays too. You gotta
Oh,
go
that's
to
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's his brother that's the singer now, but they sound just alike.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw them in Pensacola, and man, they were good. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Now, did you
Yeah.
grow up with that kind of music
Ye-
influence or whatever?
Yeah. My parents are older.
Hmm.
Like my oldest sister, I think she just turned. If she sees this, she's gonna kill me.
Oh,
I think
Jesus.
she's 48, 46, somewhere up there.
Yeah.
um, and then my other brother is 2 years older than her, and then it was my brother, and he would have been 36 this year. 30. How old am I? 34. He would have been 34, and then me.
Mm.
And I just
Did
turned
he
28.
pass away?
Yeah, he did.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. It was back in 2017. We kind of knew. So
Mm. Okay.
yeah.
Is that what the tattoo, one of the tattoos
Yeah.
that you said, your brother? Okay.
Yeah. It was like the tree,
Mm.
kind of like the tree of life, and then
Mm-hmm.
where it branches off into like the lively, and the butterflies coming out of the cocoon.
Mm.
Yeah, it was cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he has a daughter, and
Mm-hmm.
she was 5 at the time. Um, and so the preacher had to kind of explain it to her. So he was like, when you're kind of in a cocoon, you're like, you might be sick, like it's the life that we have on Earth, and so you might be sick, you might be going through some stuff.
Mm.
And what happened, he's like, your daddy was just kind of sick, and because he had multiple sclerosis,
Oh, shit. Yeah.
and so she's like, so he was sick and he didn't really want to be tired anymore. So when he came out of his cocoon, and now he's like free, he can walk again, he can have dinner now normally, and so how he explained it was really nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I kind of
Yeah.
drew that out of the story, so
Right.
yeah. Pretty
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get, you grew up in in Mississippi, you go into military, uh, and then you found your purpose in the Navy, your
Yeah.
adventure, and and then how did you guys get into airsoft?
Um, my husband came home one day and was like, "Hey, you should look at this." And I was like,
Yeah.
"What am I looking at?" Because sometimes he just hands me the phone. It's like, "Hey, look at this." Okay. And I started watching, videos. He found. I want to say it was. What's his name here in California? Desert Fox.
Jet Desert Fox, yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
he found one of his videos online and just started watching. And I was like, huh, that looks cool. And he's a gunner's mate, so he's all about weapons anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so I was like, that's pretty cool. And he's like, yeah, you want to go one weekend? I was like, where? And he's like, oh, they have like airsoft fields out here. Um, and I was like, I don't like, are we like buying something first, or are we just kind of going out there? Or like, what are we doing? He's like, oh, we can just go rent first. He comes home with, I think, a G&G Raider. Uh, One day I was like, where'd you get that? He's like, oh, it's for this weekend. I was like, oh.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It
So
starts.
yeah, and then we went out to Giant out here. Found this little airsoft team. Had no idea what I was doing. I was like, I've held shotguns and pistols growing up
Hmm.
for hunting and stuff like that. And I was like,
Right.
how do I use this? Like, I'm an engineer. I don't use M4s. Like, I shot a pistol. And he's like, "Oh, I'll show you. I got you." I was like, "Okay." And then went through the whole spiel. This little airsoft team named Urban Militia picked us
Mm.
up, brought us through, and was like, "These are the rules. This is what you can and can't do. Um, just make sure you're calling hits. Be respectful." And we were like, "Cool, sounds great."
Yeah.
And got our mat. We had a little $15 paintball mask starting out.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
yeah, and we're just running around. I was like, oh, this kind of hurts. And I was like, I'll get a vest really quick. And then I got a vest. Because I don't know if people were using like HBA at the time. And I didn't know what all that was at the time. And I was like,
Right.
okay, cool. And so we're like running around Giant, just doing our thing. And then it was the end of the day. We're like, we love this.
Yeah.
Because in Spain, we were all about like, we picked up rugby. I was doing like mixed martial arts and stuff.
Where was this?
That was in Spain.
You spent time in Spain?
Mm-hmm.
In the Navy?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Spent 3 years over there.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Had no idea what rugby was at the time. Learned
I
all
didn't know
about
they
that.
played rugby in Spain. Oh, shit.
Absolutely, yeah. They're
What?
huge rugby.
I
They
thought it
have
was
a
just
whole,
soccer, football.
yeah, I thought it was that too.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, a team came up, Ceuta. There was one girl playing on that team, and I was like, I want to be that girl on this team. And because I'm all about adrenaline and stuff, so
Sure.
yeah, that was fun. I think I just posted one of my clips from playing Beach Fives on Instagram, but I got smoked. But we picked up Airsoft. G&G turned into what was our next one? I got a 60th anniversary Kalashnikov. I picked that one up, and then we got another one. I was like, oh, I want a pistol. So I got a 1911. It's just
nice.
like a whole thing. Now we got like 13 guns.
Oh my gosh.
And plenty of gear. Yeah.
No kidding.
Like, oof, if ATF came in, they would have a hate with all these guns.
Oh my gosh. That's wild. Well,
yeah.
that's cool. Most people I've talked with, that's what has happened. They go one time and they go, yep, that's it. That's what we're doing. And it's just all going like gear and guns and fields and oh yeah.
Yeah. Picked up paintball recently because I was like I kind of want to do that dual thing. And I was like, I really just need to exercise. And I think I met 5150 Airsoft, and
oh nice.
They they saw me and they're like, what are you doing? I had both guns, and they were like, wait, you're playing paintball? I was like, I'm playing paintball and Airsoft today. So I ran both of them like all day. So,
what?
yeah, from like 9 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Just
so they have a game type
another.
where you could one of the fields or whatever you could play with both.
Oh no,
Separately,
like
but
15-minute intervals between each match. So they'll have like paintball running and airsoft running. And then I was just going back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like take my paintball jersey off real quick, throw on my t-shirt.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a post on your Instagram that was recent where you had your jersey on and it was something, the post was about paintball. And I was like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. You play both because, I'm an old school paintballer. And I always teased about airsoft being, it doesn't hurt. Paintball is, that hurts. That's better. It's where it's at kind of thing. It does hurt. I feel it's a different kind of hurt for sure. I feel it hurts a little worse, but it depends on where you get shot. So, but paintball was, I always kind of see if there's if any of the airsofters I talk with have played, that actively play both. So it's cool to see that you're kind of taking both routes there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And actually just got I don't know if I'm supposed to introduce it yet or not, but I'm just got picked up on a Speedsoft team as well.
Oh shit.
So I don't know if you've heard of Speedsoft. It's kind of like fast paced. It's paintball but with airsoft guns.
Exactly, yeah.
which is really fun. And the guys that invited me are super awesome. They also play both
Oh, that's cool.
airsoft and
Okay.
paintball. So
Yeah, I've talked to a handful, like quite a few people uh, on official Speedsoft teams that
mhm.
play tournaments and stuff. Cerberus Unbound. I haven't talked to anyone from the bigger teams, like on the West Coast, like SYG. So I messaged Demo, like, I don't know, 6 months ago,
Mhm.
to try to get him on the podcast. But you know how on Instagram, if you don't follow each other, like if I followed you but you didn't follow me back, if I send you a DM, it kind of, I think it goes to requests or something.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and there's happened a handful of times where I send people messages and they don't see it, or, you know, or maybe they do and they don't respond. I don't know, but it's, but anyway, yeah, the Speedsoft teams, I've been talking to a handful of them here in the last few months.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're man, it's just a different beast. Ooh, and it's so hard, especially if they have a huge history coming from paintball. It is
Yeah.
so hard to play against them because
Really?
you get like you get the milsim guys. You know, they're
Hmm.
used to carrying all the heavy gear, and they're like peeking around corners, and they're not all, you know, they're not slow, but they're not used to all the paintball movements. You know, going back and
Right.
forth. And then you just got the paintball guy just like snaking through the whole field, and
Yeah.
you have no idea what's going on. That was me at first. I was like, I have no idea. And then I started playing paintball. I was like, oh, I kind of get it now.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the ones with history and paintball is just so hard because they're used to just constantly ducking and covering, and it's really hard to catch them. So
Yeah.
yeah, at
Well,
least to me, yeah.
I talked to a couple, Grace Vaughn something. I can't remember your last name. Sorry, Grace. And Ryan. So Ryan played paintball a ton. I think he played on like actual tournament or you know, professional teams or tournament teams or whatever back in the day. But and he was talking about one time he played against some people. He played in his boxers and only his boxers,
What?
and it came down to him versus, like, there was like three or four guys left on the other team, and he never, you know, he didn't get shot once the whole time he played. But he, I guess he was doing that to show, you know, how you could move throughout the field or whatever, and basically he, you know, he beat the shit out of him. And so I was like, you played in your boxer. I mean, I can't imagine getting hit on bare skin or in your midsection, you know, with paintballs. But I mean, we wore, when I played, we didn't wear gear. It was just pickup games. I never played, you know, officially or professionally, whatever. It was me and a bunch of guys from work. Most of us were military veterans, just blowing off steam on a Saturday morning, and and we were in jeans and a t-shirt, you know, whatever. So we wanted to wear t-shirts because we wanted to show off all of our bruises at the end of the games, you know, like that's a macho. Look. Nope, nope, mine's bigger. Hold on.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm actually still recovering from a bruise
Oh
uh,
shit.
2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
It from my protection because I got shot in the chest and I just bent over and I was like,
Mm.
ooh. And somebody was like, "What's wrong?" Not to sound crude, but you know, I was like, "You know how you get hit the nuts?"
I was just gonna ask you that.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "You know how you need to like a breath?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I just got shot in the chest," and he's like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, ow, you
Yep,
good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It just hurts."
for sure. Yeah, I
But
was going to
yeah,
ask you that because that's yeah, because I mean that's, you know, if you're not wearing like a plate carrier to take
hmm
some of the impact, uh that is, you know, the upper area, for women, bro, that is where you're going to get shot most of the time, unless you're peeking, you get shot in the face, but it's, that's gotta be, that's gotta sting for
Yeah.
sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have. I just didn't know the rules because I was used to playing airsoft and where, gun hits would count, or
Mm.
if it just like hits you or whatever, it counts. And so I got shot in the finger, but it didn't bust. And I was like, oh, hit. And I started to walk out. And that's it. He just peeked around and just lit me up. And
Oh,
I had my gun up and everything. I was like,
oh,
oh no.
oh, I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
I was like, wait. I was like, hey, Jake, wait, do regular hits count? Like, if the paintball doesn't pop? And he's like,
Oh,
oh no, that doesn't count. I was like, I got lit up for nothing.
uh-huh. Yes.
Yeah, it was oof. Yeah, still recovering.
Well, that's the thing. I think that's the big difference, for sure with paintball to airsoft is if you get hit in a sensitive spot, wherever it's at, for guys down here in the crotch, women up here, or like like underneath your armpit, on the sides.
Yeah,
I feel like paintball hurts worse in those areas, because it's so heavy,
hmm,
when it hits. Um, so the BB is a lot lighter. It stings more. It's almost like getting pinched, really tiny.
yeah,
Uh, but a paintball just, bro, it's like there is no way you're not flinching, okay, with that. So,
yeah. Oh man, but
so
he's
now,
watching
how do
me.
you like? Do you prefer airsoft to paintball or one or the other? Do you like them both the same?
I like them both the same, but I would more of like a, I don't know. I like the speed of paintball,
Mm-hmm.
but I like also like the more of the camaraderie with airsoft.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, paintball has it too. It's just I feel like more military and stuff plays airsoft, so it's
Mm,
easier. At least for me, I don't know, because the military to military thing is kind of easier.
sure.
Um, and the jokes are never ending.
Right. Yeah.
So I
Okay.
guess yeah, more of the understanding and stuff comes from airsoft. But
Yeah.
paintball is definitely a lot of fun to play too.
Have you seen the paintball stuff where or the newer guns that I don't know how new, but
Mhm.
new to me anyway. I just found them in the last few months. Uh, the mag fed. So they have
Yeah.
yeah, magazine fed paintball guns. And so they're starting to build like replicas like they do with airsoft with
Mhm.
paintball guns, and play in the woods and shit like that, and that's pretty wild.
Yeah, they have was it this weekend? This past weekend? I think they had an actual MagFed event. Like
Oh,
it was just MagFed paintball guns.
okay.
And they had a pretty big event. Like it was pretty big. Um and it's becoming bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Um I know a lot of people prefer the MagFed over the regular paintballs.
Mm.
I haven't tried it. I got my little Etha and just go to town with that. But, um,
I'm not sure what that is.
which one?
The ETA or whatever you just, what
The
kind of
Etha
paint?
Premium. I
Oh,
have
okay.
there's a mechanical and electrical. I know my friend Jake has the electrical one, and we kind of just traded guns, and we are like, wow, that's awesome.
Oh, cool.
It just
Okay.
operates differently. Yeah, buddy. I thought he was trying to come in.
Little kid.
Yeah.
One of the little ones. Yeah. Yeah.
No, buddy.
That's okay. Well, one of the podcasts I did with one of the guys, his daughter was like one, maybe one and a half. I can't remember.
No.
And he had her down for, well, they put her down to bed, but she wasn't having it. So
Oh
he kept
no.
crying for him. So he's like, "Man, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Dude, don't even worry about it." So he went and got her, and she sat on his lap for like most of the remaining of the podcast. It was, it's no big deal. Um, yeah. So anyway, if that, if you have to, talk to your son, or if he wants to come in, that's fine, whatever. So
Oh, thanks.
it's not a big deal. Yeah, those, I would imagine the MagFed, they would have to have a separate, like, keep it just MagFed because they're so limited compared to the ones we used, like the Spiders and I had a Tippmann 98. Once I get into it a little more, and that was a popular gun back then. And
Really, it's still around.
is it? Yeah,
Upgraded a little bit more, but yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, my first paintball game I showed up with the cheapest gun I could find. It was a little like this long. It looked like a little submachine gun type. Had a little foregrip right here, and it was a pump. It was a Springer.
What?
So no shit. And I was like, I didn't even know how to operate it. So I get to my buddy's property, his grandparents' property. We all show up. I'm ripping this out of the plastic when I get there, and my buddies are all laughing. They've got Spiders and Tippmann 98s, and I'm going, what? And they're like, bro, that's a Springer. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you have to pump that every time you want to load a ball in there. I was like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I it was not fine because in the heat of the moment, if you don't pump it all the way, you break the ball. You break your
Oh
paint inside.
no.
Yeah, like right in the chamber. So if I don't go all the way back where it falls down in, yeah. So it was bad. So and I'm not taking the time to clean the damn barrel in the middle of shooting. So screw that. So I'm like, and then nothing comes out, just to like, you can see that it just spews out a little. I'm like, bro. So the next ball goes out and goes because there's paint all over it on the outside of it. So anyway, that was my first experience. And then I got a Tippmann 98, and then I was having fun. So,
Oh man.
oh yeah.
Funny. Like the spring-loaded little airsoft rifles.
I know, right? Now, what's your favorite airsoft gun to run now? Since you guys have a bunch of
I
them.
I use I DMR'd mine.
Nice.
I use the Sharps Bro Warthog, the M4.
Gotcha.
Or my 60th anniversary, the Kalishnikov, the AK.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that was going to operate as well as it does right out of the box.
Yeah.
I have had less issues with my AK than my M4.
Really?
Yeah. And
That's cool.
I upgraded my M4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's your AK. It's an AEG, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to put the battery in the top cover there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hate those.
the 11 one. Yeah, the AKs are really finicky. I was actually when you're like, it might be like 15 minutes. I was actually taking apart one of the airsoft guns. I was like, wait, because I'm trying to. My husband has a Arcturus AK.
Nice.
When it's custom built, and the complications we've had with it.
Really?
Yeah, it literally.
That sucks.
Yeah, he got the Russian grenade launcher that goes on the bottom of it, and it literally it fits. I'm not sure what it's called.
Yeah.
But it fits perfect.
Nice.
And I don't know. He was just like running it, and all of a sudden I see him using his pistol, and I'm like, "Where's your AK?" He's like, "It fell apart." And I was like, "What?" And it literally just like crumpled. And so I was like getting shot at like behind cover, trying to put the Arcturus back together. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
we fired one of those same style. You know, it wasn't custom, but it was out of a mystery box. So our
Hmm.
YouTube channel started out as a unboxing channel for mystery boxes. So we started out with that, and then then we would do reviews on those guns we got in those boxes. So
Hmm.
one of those boxes we got from, you know, a mystery box was the Arcturus AK, and it was so cool. It was full metal, heavy as hell. Now we only used it for one day, you know, a couple hours out here in the back, just reviewing it, you know, for video.
Hmm.
So we didn't play with it on the field or nothing like that. It was, it worked great, you know, but until you get out there running around with it, you don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
But
had,
yeah, the fact that it fell apart on the field, and it's an outdoor field, like this
yeah,
is in the
it's
grass or
outdoor.
in the, oh, okay.
And it's
Yeah.
like small brush. It's not even like grass. So
Oh
it's like
gosh.
literally walking through just many trees constantly.
Uh-huh. I'm
Yeah.
surprised you were able to find the parts.
Yeah. Oh man, I had a heyday with that. And then the only issue I have with my Sharps Bros, it's an actual just regular fed, it's not the counterclockwise thread.
Oh,
Um,
gotcha. Hmm.
so I have a converter to make it counterclockwise because most suppressors are
Hmm.
counterclockwise.
Yep.
And I got wiggly on the field and I was literally just shooting. And I don't know, I guess I bumped the barrier in front of me on accident and the suppressor just fell off. So I was
Oh,
no suppressor. I pulled my pistol. I was like, this is not good. And I was like having to um twist one side and then I would twist it too much and it'd
yep.
unscrew the other
Yep.
side. So I just like put the suppressor in my pocket. I was like, I'm
Oh,
just gonna run it without a suppressor.
I hate when they do that. Like
Yeah.
I swear there's no, well, there's very few standards across all the airsoft models, you know,
Mhm.
airsoft gun models. I swear that I'm like, why? First off, why are they doing reverse threads on something that doesn't need to be reverse threads? So then I'm going, why did this one that we got out of 50 have regular threads? Like, I just don't, what is going on here? We had to do the same thing. Buy a converter, try, you know, put the thing on there. Like, it was very confusing to me, especially when you know, I worked in factories for like 25 years where the standards
Mhm.
are, you know, and the process, the way things are set, are very set, right? And like this works, this does not. This is the standard, this is not. So there's a right way to do things, and then we get these airsoft guns, and I'm going, what? They're two different brands, but the same platform, two M4s with version 2 gearboxes, but you open up the gearbox, like something is different. Like, what is going on? Why? What? Just can somebody standardize this thing, please?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I like the Sharps Bros because they actually make like real weapons too.
right.
Um, so yeah, but the whole I don't know the counter threads. I'm just like
Hmm.
I can't. And then everybody's just like just glue it, just glue it. I don't want to
Yeah.
glue it though.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could do the Loctite. You
Hmm.
know, I think it's the blue. You know, the red one is like the type. So if you get Loctite, they usually have two, the blue one and the red one. And blue, it'll hold it on there, but it won't be like super glue. You know what I mean? Like it won't.
Hmm.
It'll still come off without ruining the threads um, with a tool. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But the red one is a lot tight, is, you know, stronger or whatever. But you could use something like that. It's not, you know, where you could crank it on there and it won't hurt anything. It'll stay on.
Mhm.
But it's still a pain in the ass because if you don't, I mean, what if you don't want to run a suppressor, or if you want to change something out, or you whatever? Like, you can't just make it permanent on there.
True, yeah. How long have you been doing airsoft?
So I've never played airsoft. So I played
What?
paintball. Yeah. So quick history of our channel starting was I was, like I said, we had 5 kids, 7 years. I was working overtime in factories most of my adult life, and then uh, a few years ago, like I was one of those people was fairly healthy. I drank a lot. I drank a lot of beer since I was like 16, and then of course in the military and then after. But I still worked out 3 4 days a week. I was healthy. Never went to the doctor. Never got sick. I would get sick maybe once every 2 3 years.
Mhm.
Um, just never even entered my thought process like getting sick. What? And then all of a sudden, just randomly, I didn't feel sick. I couldn't throw football. Me and my buddies were trying to throw football. My fingers didn't work right. I was like, what the hell? And then he threw the football back, and I tried to take a couple steps to run to get the ball, and I fell, and my feet didn't work right. And I said, what? I must be tired. So anyway, that was like a Saturday. By Thursday, I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk. So I had Guillain-Barré syndrome. I'm not sure if you ever heard of it. Um, it is kind of like a precursor to ALS.
Okay.
Um, so when you said your brother had MS, it's in the same family. So we have the
Yeah.
same symptoms.
There's like
Uh,
27 similar. Yeah.
right. So all the nerve stuff, fatigue. So anyway, yeah, that was so yeah, that lasted for a while. While I was laid up from that, two of my older sons started playing airsoft with their friend, and I was looking for stuff to do. I said, hey, let's do a YouTube channel on it. I'd already started like 2 YouTube channels before that just to stay busy. Once I was able to get out of bed and actually get in here and, you know, work on the computer or whatever. So, and they were like, okay. I said, I'll film all this stuff and I'll edit it. You guys just do this, this, and this. And they were like, all right. So that's how we started. And so I've been to, that was over 3 years ago. And so they went and played. And of course, we did the unboxings and stuff and reviews. And then as I started getting better, I went to a couple events with them. In fact, I'm going to a MilSim this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Not playing, but press pass. So I still can't run or walk. I can't run, but I can't walk that far. So walking nonstop from one end to a football field to the other,
Mhm.
probably not happening. Like I can't feel anything from below my knees. So it's hard to use my feet and
Mhm.
control, for long distance. But anyway, I am going as a press pass. One of my sons is going with me. So I have fun doing that, but I have not actually been on a field and played yet. So I've handled all these airsoft guns, shot them in the backyard for reviews, stuff like that. But and opened up gear boxes and worked on them and tried to fix them for these guys. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. Okay. The springs popping everywhere.
Yeah.
So that one little anti-reversal spring can piss off. Okay. Oh, Lord. So, but anyway, yeah, I have not played. And like I said, I was an old school paintballer. So yeah, that's kind of the run. And then all the guys got busy. I don't know, last year. Married. One of them got married. Moved out. They bought houses and had kid. My youngest son has 2 kids. Our grandkids are close. And then they got busy, and we wanted to keep doing stuff on our channel. So I was like, well, I could sit here and talk to people. I love meeting new people, like just in
Yeah.
real life anyway. If I go to a club or a bar or something, and like a sports bar or something, I'll walk out with three new friends. We're all doing shots and whatever. So I just started doing it on here for the airsoft stuff. Yeah, so it's funny, yeah, because when people ask me, and I've said this a handful of times on this podcast, but um, yeah, I run an airsoft podcast. I've never played airsoft, so it's pretty strange. Yep.
Yeah. You
But
played
it's been
paintball before.
yeah, I play paintball. It's very similar. Obviously, tactical stuff, military, similar. And then run around with paintball guns, similar. But yeah, I haven't played. But we've had our channel for like I said, about 3.5 years. Um, yeah, so it's been fun.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm kind of, I guess it's not really a podcast. But I'm about to start trying to make videos.
yeah.
I just kind of started. I did one for what is it, Tactical X. Kind of made like their first little review of them the other day. That was a
Oh,
lot of
nice.
fun
Okay.
because I can't do airsoft all the time. I can't do
Right.
paintball all the time.
Yep.
Because I had my L4 and part of my L5 removed out of my back.
Oh shit.
Um,
How'd
so
you hurt that?
sometimes it hurts. I took a dive down the ladder well about 4 years ago.
Oh.
Um, they thought I was going to be air vac.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up not being. I told my shipmates, I was like, no, I'm good. I'll just wobble myself up the ladder well, and passed out. The next day, I was on the bottom rack and lifted my rack, and something popped in my back,
Mm.
and I was like, oh, I can't breathe.
Yep.
And I was just trying to get like attention, couldn't really move. Uh, couldn't move, couldn't breathe. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Hmm.
And um, so the corpsman came down. She's like, "What's wrong?"
Mm.
Something popped, Doc. I don't know.
Right.
I think I was maybe an E4,
Yeah.
maybe. Um, and kind of had trouble after that, just like a little bit. They just gave me a shot really quick,
Mm.
and I was like, "Cool." And we were pulling into, I think, Africa at the time,
Wow.
and I was like, "I want to go on Liberty." So I kind of just pushed myself through. 2 years later, I was still having kind of back issues, and um, I had my first little one and kind of flared it up. Um, and then they sent me through physical therapy
Yeah.
and went to another ship, and I was like, man, ladder wells suck going up and down them, and my back would just hurt.
Sure.
And then my back just really hurt one day, and surprise, my second one was on the way. And I was like, wait,
Oh my
that was way
gosh.
too early. And
Yeah.
and then that one really, I went to get my epidural, and Doc was like, you have scoliosis? And I was like, no one's ever told me I had scoliosis.
Yeah.
um, so that was a whole ordeal in itself.
I'm sure.
And sent me through physical therapy, and I was like, it still hurts, like,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then they sent me to a specialist, and the specialist was like, oh, you have a narrowed spinal canal,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, you also have a very like impacted disc.
Yeah.
I was like, that was probably from my fall 3 years ago.
Oh, sure.
He's like, yeah, some of it kind of is. You have some scar tissue, stuff like that built up. And he's like, we'll get you taken care of, and this is what we can do. So he went in and made that narrowed spinal canal wider.
Mm.
It's not like a support spine. It's not one of the supportive ones.
Hmm.
but he removed L4 and part of L5. Have a gnarly scar,
I'm sure.
and yeah, he just said, we're not gonna give you any limitations. Just do what you can do. Every now and then, I feel like I can't really walk, but that's just like a once in every maybe few weeks if I overexert myself.
Gotcha.
So still trying to find that limit.
Yeah, right.
I know I can do maybe the 8-hour events, but I'll like sit down in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And then get back up and sit down. So
Now, does like the sitting for a long period hurt it worse? Laying in bed, like when you get up in the morning, does it is it really stiff, kind of?
yeah.
Or okay,
Going to bed and waking up are probably the two hardest tasks of my day.
gotcha.
Just trying to find a comfortable position, really.
Yep.
But
My younger sister has scoliosis. She had it really bad when she was a young teenager. She had to wear a brace. Yeah, her shoulders were like this and twist. They put a brace. She had to wear a brace so many hours a day at that young age, and it helped, but I mean, it didn't get fixed. And when she has two kids, same thing. The epidural thing, they're like, we can't.
it's
Nope.
almost impossible. Yeah.
Yep. Couldn't even do it. So yeah, I feel for you. Yeah, but
Yeah. But I'm doing okay. Plan to go reserves after, so.
okay. Well, those stairwells, they are treacherous. Coming down, you've got a narrow spot. Like you're either going to hit your face, your forehead, on the bulkhead or the, whatever, like going down, or like because it's so steep. The steps are so narrow.
Yeah.
And they're like spiky. The grit on them is so sharp that for grip,
the monster.
your heel can of your boot could stick on there and catch. I mean, I've had it done when I was on those two ships. Same thing. Like when you're not used to going up and down them very much, like I wasn't. It is. Yeah, try going down that thing fast. Now, the guys that were on that ship, they lean down, they duck their head, and they ride the rails on their
And
forearms.
slide all the way down.
Yeah, and we tried it. We just screwed it up, We're falling and...
Yeah. We used to get in bad trouble for that.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if we were taking waves.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because if the wave... I don't know if you ever tried it, but on the ships, if you timed it just right on the bigger waves, you could jump and get like way up the ladder well.
What?
Yeah, on the big wave.
Oh, okay. So you wait for it to where the ship's going to drop.
Yeah, and then
and you're jumping up.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can see like just bashing the top of your head into the.
Yeah, no, I only tried it once in my entire life, and I was like, I just want to try it, I was brand new. And they're like, yeah, you should try it. You should try it. I was like, okay.
Well, I'm going to tell you, on the way over to South Korea, we were on the USS Dubuque. It was I don't know what the names or types of ships are. They just told us it was a flat bottom. So it rode the waves extremely hard. And we were sick as fuck. Okay. We're not used to being on ship. Okay. We were seasick as hell, just we're in the bottom of the boat. We're trying to play hearts or poker or whatever, cards. And it was just turning green and throwing up and just like, bro, So we were definitely not in the mood to that was the only time we had heavy waves, where if we were going to try anything like that, and we were too seasick. So
Yeah, I got seasick twice, I believe. Yeah, one was on the way. So one was on the way to Morocco, Africa, and we have. You might know what it is. We have what's called like cranking. We call it cranking, but it's working
Uh-uh.
for the culinary specialist.
Oh, okay.
And so I was doing that because they wanted me to get it out of the way. And I was like, oh man, CS1. She's like, you feeling okay? I was like, I don't know. I kind of feel queasy. And she's like, have you never been on a boat? I was like, I mean, yeah, I have. I was like, but I mean, the farthest I've been is, off the beach in Pensacola.
Mm.
And she was like, oh no. And she's like, are you sure you're feeling okay? I was like, I mean, I think I'm okay. She's like, you're a little green. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I didn't know I was changing color. And about that time, we rocked again, and the plates slid, and I was looking at them. I didn't mean to make eye contact with the plates because she said, "Don't look at the plates," because
Really?
they would slide
Yeah.
with the ship. She said, "Don't look at them. Just keep your eyes off of them." And I just happened to look over and just everywhere. Oh, it was bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then we were out here, and they secured the weather deck, so it was bad. I mean, we had the ship,
Wow. That's crazy.
and our shop was like forward, so we were catching the waves. And I was like, we were all taking a nap because we were just running
Yeah.
ragged. I woke up, I was like, anyone have a bag? And I was sitting, with my knees up like this.
Yep.
And all I feel is that little crinkle at the back. And just like held it
Uh,
right here. Just like,
yes.
yeah, and just kept going.
Yeah, it is the being seasick like that for me was like one of the worst feelings for us because it continues the
Yeah.
whole time. Whereas, we threw up 100 times being drunk, okay? But at least when you get that out, it's like two or three really good, violent, just projectile vomiting things. You get out, you're like, oh, okay, give me another beer, But with seasick, dude, that shit is like it just does not stop until
Yeah, it's
and
bad.
it lasts. Well, it lasted for us even when it slowed down after a while and it calmed down. It for like a couple hours. We were just like, oh, that nauseousness just hung there for a while. It was not a good feeling. Yeah.
Oh man.
Mm.
They just told me it was like, hey, go outside and look at the horizon. I was like, does that
Huh.
really work? Because I don't want to like hurl again because I could just feel it, and you just like you
Uh-huh.
said, you just feel it all day. And they were like, no, go look at the horizon, and you have to like, oh, hold on, I'm sorry. Um, I was like, you just um, I was like, are you serious? Like, just look at the horizon. They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
just look and don't move.
Does it work?
A little bit actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um, Not like looking, how like you look down in the car and it makes you really nauseous.
Yeah.
Because the road is moving so fast.
Right.
Uh, Looking at the horizon, it makes it calmer. So if you look like more towards the
Ah,
trees and you don't feel as queasy as looking straight down, that's what you gotta do.
gotcha.
Yeah, and it's a lot better.
Okay.
Oh, 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 no box.
Well, what do you guys have planned for the rest of the year? You guys have any bigger events you're going to, or something you're excited about? What are you guys excited about for airsoft or paintball?
Um, Airsoft, I know. Um, there's a Warhammer 40K event in December. that I'm
Nice.
looking forward to.
Now, is that like role
Um,
play and stuff? You dress up like cosplay stuff?
Yeah, you can. A lot of people
Okay.
just wear their camouflage because they try to
Uh,
blend in, but
right.
there's a few. Yeah, we had a Fallout event last month,
Yeah.
and then or might have been the month before, and there was a few NCR dress ups, which was
Yeah.
really cool. Um, and then, but looking forward to that. And then the second part, or there's two events, and so there's the Warhammer 40K, and then Active Valor is doing a fundraiser airsoft event for
Hmm.
the Gold Star families.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. I think the last time I spoke with them, I'm taking pictures.
Oh, nice.
Um, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
'Cause, yeah, pictures are so much fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I know Brotherhood. So I'm on Brotherhood or Team Brotherhood, and then I actually just branched out and made my own team.
Oh, okay.
Um, so my team is Honor Guard Airsoft.
Nice.
Um, just kind of like a military friendly, because military's all over the place. Uh, kind of to just honor the fallen, and it was for the soldiers that kind of stayed back and let everyone else push forward, and
Mm-hmm.
um, so it's kind of for that.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna try to branch out and help the VFWs, help the fundraisers. I know, especially here, there's a lot of like homeless veterans and
Mm.
active duty that's actually struggling because of inflation and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna try to, raise awareness to that, help out with that.
Yeah.
Um, so a lot of plans kind of in the future for the airsoft team. Plan to open my own airsoft field when I get back home.
Oh, shit.
Um,
Okay.
so I'm gonna try.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and hopefully an indoor and outdoor. So that'll be big.
Yeah.
Just looking for property now because it's a little tricky with the casinos and stuff like that.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Where at? Mississippi?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. There's a lot of I know the game warden and stuff does a lot of things, but um, pretty much almost every single person owns a gun in the South.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm in South Carolina, so
okay, yeah,
we all, like everybody on our street, we all go in our
yeah.
backyards and blast away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fourth
yeah.
of July, you just hear shotguns
Oh,
going off. Yeah.
everywhere. Yes.
And yeah, so I just kind of figured like I have like an after school program, have someone who's trained in, gun safety specifically for that, teach them gun safety,
Yeah.
what you should and shouldn't do. And then maybe have like a after school program where like, hey, if you do your homework, you might get like half off or something for your, your ticket or
Oh,
whatever.
that's a good idea.
Um, so just kind of help the kids too, because
Right.
there's a lot of small towns, and I know there's a rise in crime rates and stuff like that. So
Mm.
if I can change one kid's life, I
Yeah.
mean that's more than. So that's what I'm aiming to do.
So I'm going to tell you, one of the guys I had on here, um, Toby Grimes, he is a retired Marine Corps
Mhm.
veteran. He got out, did the same thing. He went and started a airsoft field, and he was in Miami. He started a team called Miami Infidels with Robo and Believe in Steve, or Believe in Steven is his Instagram. But well, he moved. Toby moved to Kentucky, started his own airsoft shop,
That's
and
awesome.
another team called Kentucky Infidels, and he does excuse me, he does the same thing. He does where he gets the young kids involved, gets them off the street,
Mhm.
He's actually had some guys that were, you know, kind of just wandering, right, looking for something, you know, as a teenager, getting into trouble, right, and had them uh, come out and be part of the team, and had parents come out and say, I don't know what you did to my son, but he is 180-degree difference, like not getting in trouble. So he's got a thing to be on his team. The kids that are still in school have to have a certain grade point average, have to have certain grades to make the team and to stay on the team. Like he's got the, you know, so very similar to what you're talking about. Teaches
Mhm.
them gun safety, teaches them, you know, all the basics and all that kind of shit, and gives them a drive, you know, a purpose, something to be a part of, and a team to be a part of. And yeah, so that sounds very uh, familiar, like what you're talking about, wanting to do. That's a really good, you know, it's a good cause for sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Um, yeah. So I'm hoping because I grew up with some troubled kids, and I'm like, I wish I could help.
Yeah,
But, that's not my responsibility at the time. But now, you have teachers and military and
yep,
that kind of help people. So I figured if
right.
I community outreach is a huge thing. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, well, good. Well, man, it's been awesome meeting you and talking with you. I appreciate you being on.
Absolutely.
Good. Well, where tell everybody where they can find you on online.
So I have the two Instagrams. I have the Nicole0941 underscore gaming, and I also have the Honor Guard Airsoft. I have Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Some people might know me as Nicole. A lot of people call me Snipe because in the
I
Navy we're
saw
called
that.
snipes as engineers, and I also run a DMR, so it kind of fit both
Nice.
ways.
Right.
Um, I like to be super ninja sneaky, try to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and I'm actually working on my own website.
Okay.
I'm building my brand. T-shirts will be out soon, patches hopefully. Um, Stickers, working on stickers, a whole bunch of just random things.
Yeah.
Hats soon maybe to come. Um, so it's coming up, just slow.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You're in the process.
Yeah. But
Good. Good for you.
thank you.
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate it, and you have a good night.
You as well. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.